So the much hyped kabali teaser is gonna be released tomorrow, and let's quickly get into the manipulation that I made now. So here are a couple of images which we are going to use, and I took these images from the internet, and I'll provide a soft description below. And before and after I pre-cut the image, the car and the Talaiva himself. So this is the background which we are going to use, and it's a quite simple manipulation. Press Ctrl on your keyboard on Windows and click on the icon or the thumbnail or the picture, and Ctrl C for copy and Ctrl V for paste, and resize the image and adjust its position until you feel happy. So we'll repeat the same procedure by pressing Ctrl and the icon which you see, the thumbnail actually for the image, Ctrl C for copy. Oops, what happened? Yes, I did not select the layer. Okay, yeah, make sure the layer is selected, and press Ctrl V for paste. Oh, it's a large image. I'll press Ctrl 0 to fit the screen, and I'll resize the image by pressing Ctrl T for transform, and while holding Shift I'll resize in order to get the image without stretching it. Now you gotta just play with this until you feel you're happy or satisfied with it. Make sure that you maintain a ratio between the car and the person. Actually, I was not able to plan detailedly about the tutorial, and I wanted to do something really great for the Talaiva himself and his much hyped film being released. Probably maybe next year. The teaser gets released tomorrow, as I said earlier. So we'll add a gradient by the adjustment. No, going to the adjustment actually. Right, we'll add a black color. I feel that I want to add a little more black, so we will push the scroll bar to the left, on the right actually, towards the right. Okay, now I want to clip this layer, so press Alt on your keyboard, that be on Windows, and press until the pop-up icon appears. So this is the technique that I follow normal using keyboard shortcuts, and reduce the opacity, and right, that's it. Now let's continue with the tutorial. So we'll use the pen tool to make a small shadow, that is P for pen tool, and I have made a shape of a shadow. I'll use the fill tool to fill it with black. Okay, now we need to blur this, looks too much bright. Okay, so we have positioned the shadow, everything perfectly. Now we'll select the shadow, go to blur, Gaussian blur, and just adjust the radius until you're satisfied with that. Oh, okay, I feel this much. So normally we want to see circular shadows are most preferable. We'll use another technique in the same tutorial itself. So here I prefer to take with custom made shadow, not from the actual image itself. And this is the technique that I said earlier, by using image shadows, that is selecting Control on the image icon, create a new layer and fill it with the color black, flip it vertical, doesn't matter how the shadow is actually. We are going to resize this by using simple layman's idea of resizing the image. That's it. No problem in this because it's actually a shadow. So there's no rule actually for shadows to be present like this or like that. We'll just position it in the same way as the Talaiva standing. And we'll add the same technique of Gaussian blur. right. We'll adjust radius and this. Um, okay, I think this looks good. Now we have placed all our components. Actually, not too much components. Actually, I wish to add more components, but in this tutorial we'll add just 2 components. Okay, maybe I need to add a little bit of inner shadow to the image, right? Okay, maybe, yeah, a little towards the blue. Change this blending mode to color dodge. But this isn't necessary. Having it out in the mind. We'll try this. If not, we'll delete it. Display under the settings of distance and shadow size. No, no, no. Definitely we don't want the shadow coming from there. I mean the light's coming from there. Think we... No, we'll get rid of that. We don't want that. Let's carry on with the normal procedure itself. We'll choose a smooth brush. I wish to add more depth or shadows at the lower part of the car, which I'm using a soft brush, setting the opacity to about 44%, choosing the color black, and actually I'm spraying it on. Here, as you can see, in the lower part of the car, so that will create a difference. But there's actually a difference between the car and the background. All seems not to blend in, so we'll color balance. We'll go to color balance, and we'll add a little bit of reds to the image, perhaps maybe blues, to give it a little purplish color. What was I doing? I was actually searching. Yeah, color balance. Yes, it's the same we'll repeat for the man, the great man actually, Thalaiva. We'll add a little bit of yellow and red. Okay, now the image seems to be blended in with each other. Fine. So this is actually the easiest technique of blending images by adjusting color balance and curves, levels. You can play with that actually. It's your choice. So we will add actually the car's headlights, for which I'm using the circular marquee tool. Create a new layer, then fill it with black, and then I'm going to render lens flare. I'm choosing 105 prime, setting the brightness to about 111%. Change its blending mode to screen. So we have got the light, but actually it looks very artificial. It seems not blended. So we will double click on the layer. See, that is the technique I want to show you. That is, you need to press Alt and drag these sliders so that they split into two, and just adjust those things until you get a smooth transition between the first layer and the light. Okay, now this light looks very realistic. We duplicate copy by pressing Ctrl J, that be on a Windows. So we have added the two headlights. Now here comes the most important part. Create a new layer, press Shift F5 to fill it, or you can go to edit. Now go to filter, add noise, choose Gaussian, monochromatic, and adjust this to a very small amount. This is one of the best techniques to add rain. There are many techniques, but this technique works really good. Now actually set this to 55, 73, no, yeah, 46% distance motion blur is good. Now change its blending, go to screen, go to curves. The same technique that I followed, we are going to clip this layer by pressing Alt, and create 2 points. Oops, not that way, the opposite way. Yes, now you can see the shadow, that is, we are decreasing the amount of brightness, and yet the rains are visible, right? If you push the upper end, it will make the raindrops more visible. Not this much. Okay, good. Let's carry on with it. Okay. Now this looks really fantastic. Or am I bluffing? Good actually. Can't say that. It's fantastic. Okay, now what we want is we're gonna add some amount of splashing. Actually, when rains fall on metal surfaces or even a person's body, some of the drops may splash or spatter. So that's why we are gonna use a simple brush that Photoshop already provides. We're gonna just spray some, the kind of patterns. Look at that. Car, over the shoulders. Okay, just actually spray that. It doesn't matter. This will look artistic. It's actually it's a very simple brush. You just like the same pattern. Also not rotating the brush. Doesn't matter actually. This is not gonna affect this image. I'll show you why. Because once you spread this, you're gonna reduce its opacity to very low value, maybe to around probably less than 30 percentage, or I'll check with 37. Good. Now this suits the image better, right? Now, yeah. Oh, oops. I didn't select that. Levels. We'll adjust some more levels. We will, increase the mid-tones. So we'll drag the mid-tones slider a little towards the right. Okay. Now we will go to next software, Color Reflex Pro 4. These filters are really great, man. You need to download this, and it comes as a trial version by Genuine Keygens. I recommend that to get the full fledged. So we'll add some detail extractor to around 25% or 15% as you wish, and we'll add some amount of fog by using graduated fog filter. Choose any one of the methods and opacity at a very low value. You may think that what is the difference of adding a very low value? I'll tell you later because you know yeah, we added those two filters. Now I'll save this image. Okay, I'll save this image with the name film itself, Kabali. Where did that K go? Ah, it's here, right? KBLI, right? Kabali. And save this file as a JPEG because I'm using CS5 and not CS6. You want to use camera raw? Follow this technique. It's one of good techniques as well because CS5 does not use image camera raw as a smart filter. So we'll adjust the exposure of the image to make it a little more dark, and we'll add some graduated filter at the bottom to give it that dark tipped look at the bottom. We'll adjust the exposure. Now we will choose this adjustment brush to add some amount of a little boost, not too much, a little bit. Will adjust the exposure of the lamps. Okay, split toning. Don't know whether this will work on this image or not. Oh, it's turning too much blue. Not always this technique follows, but let me give it a little bit of try. The orange. I just want to add a little bit of orange actually to the lamps, and this technique may work with that. Now let's add vignette by going to this FX, high priority, play with the amount and midpoint settings until you get a satisfied vignette effect. Now we'll adjust the temperature a bit. No, not too much cold. We'll decrease this value. Okay, yeah, -4. I think that's enough, not too much decrease in temperature, because it's we are just showing it's raining. Okay, now we'll save the image. I'll show you. Okay, so that's the image we have saved. I'll open the image and show it in Photoshop. Oops. Oh yeah, the Lara Croft Tomb Raider. Let me close that. I don't know where did before and after. Camera raw. Why not did she pop up? Yeah, that's a good tutorial. I received good views for that. You can go that too as well. Now you can go to color reflex for same technique on the filter menu. Now we'll play with this cross processing a bit until you get the satisfied color combination. Actually, cross processing is a set of levels for RGB values. That will be very tedious to adjust those, and this will be an easy way. Yeah, before and after color effects pro. So this is the final image. So hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and hoping your support for the next tutorials also. And yeah, just watch the teaser of Kabali. Is releasing tomorrow, probably at 11 a.m. Watch this and watch my tutorial. Support. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more videos. And this is me, Shad Mohan, for illusionist, photography, and Photoshop manipulations.